Well, to talk more about those bumper BP results and, of course, the disastrous spill in the Gulf, Jason Kenney, head of oil and gas research at ING, is in our Edinburgh studio. Jason, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us today. BP shares are down this morning. You're still recommending the stock as a buy, though.
Yeah, it's a very positive rebound story for BP. Good earnings momentum, particularly year on year. Numbers today, significantly ahead of consensus and certainly our expectations. Great realisations in the upstream division, a good operational delivery across all of its divisions today.
Now, I think there's a call about midday today. What are investors and analysts going to be looking for?
I think they're going to try to dig into where the cost efficiencies are coming through for BP, how much more we should be expecting in terms of rebound rather than restructuring momentum, and then, of course, better understanding of what's happening in the US Gulf of Mexico with that very unfortunate incident and the Transocean rig.
Indeed. What about this oil spill? What does BP have to do? What's the crisis management in a situation like this?
Well, it's purely that. It's crisis management. Essentially, get in there, show good face, be on the ground and assist in any way possible. And I think that they're doing everything they can, pulling out all the stops to ensure that this is as limited an incident as possible. It is a very unfortunate part of the oil and gas business, but that is the oil and gas business. It's a risky endeavour. Apart
from, obviously, the current story about the oil spill, is there anything else negative about BP from your point of view?
Well, it's very difficult to be negative about BP in terms of its financial and economic performance at the moment. And certainly we were looking at very impressive results today. I think the read across for Shell tomorrow is limited, given that BP's on an earnings rebound rather than a restructuring story. But the US majors reporting later this week could see positive results because of the focus of particularly US gas and how that has helped BP in its numbers today.
Indeed. And what about the whole TNK BP saga? Is that behind BP now?
I think it is. The performance of TNK BP was complementary to results today. There are strategic messages that you've got on Bloomberg already about what they're looking for over the next 10 years from TNK BP. I think the management there is stronger than it has been for quite some time, and ultimately a good performance for BP. About 25% of its reserves, 10% of its profits. Definitely a valuable investment.
Now, Shell does report tomorrow. What are you expecting from Shell?
I think consensus is looking for around $4 billion of CCS earnings. We're slightly less, 3.95. That'll be up about 30% year on year. When you compare it to BP's results today, they were up 120% today. It won't look quite as impressive, and indeed the absolute number at $4 billion versus $5.6 billion for BP won't look as quite the same in magnitude. They do have a slightly different business, particularly with the downstream earnings and the downstream drag from poor refining margins at the moment. I think Shell is really a 2011-2012 story, whereas BP is the story for today, and definitely a good value opportunity with great momentum.
Jason, thank you very much indeed.